In the bustling city of Enugu, Nonso and Adiz were known as a loving couple. They lived in a modest 3-bedroom flat with their 5 beautiful children. Neighbors admired their bond, and friends envied their laughter. Nonso worked as a mechanic while Adiz ran a small tailoring business from home. They complemented each other, and together they had built a peaceful life. But beneath that harmony was a silent crack. Nonso had never paid Adiz's bride price. In the beginning, it was supposed to be temporary. Nonso had met Adiz when she was fresh out of tailoring school. Her beauty and calm spirit drew him in, and within a few months, she was pregnant. They moved in together, promising that once money allowed, they would go to her village of Umons to complete the traditional marriage rites. Life, however, got busy. Another child came, then another, and before long, 5 children were calling Nonso Papa. Adiz, an only child, had lost both parents before meeting Nonso. Her uncle, Okonkwo, had taken responsibility for her during the early years. It was Okonkwo who reminded Nonso from time to time, "My son, don't forget to pay the bride price. Our culture is our identity." But Nonso would laugh it off. "Uncle, very soon. Let me just finish building the shop at Upper Iweka." And Adiz, so in love, never pressured him. She was content with the love they shared and the home they had built. But life, as it often does, took a cruel turn. Nonso fell ill unexpectedly. At first, it was fever and weakness. He brushed it aside, thinking it was malaria. But the weakness persisted, and soon, he could barely lift himself from bed. By the time they rushed him to the hospital, it was already too late. Kidney failure, the doctor said. Within weeks, Nonso was gone. The news hit Adiz like a thunderbolt. Her world crumbled. The man she had loved with her soul, the father of her 5 children, was no more. Family and friends gathered, mourning a man who was loved by many. His kinsmen from Nsukka came in numbers, ready to bury their son with dignity. Then came the twist. As custom demanded, the family prepared to visit Adiz's people to finalize the bride price before the burial. It was a requirement to legitimize her status and to ensure proper rites were performed. They brought kola nuts, palm wine, and money to Umons, Adiz's hometown, expecting a simple, respectful meeting. But what met them was shocking. Adiz's kinsmen, led by her uncle Okonkwo, sat the visitors down and delivered the devastating news. "We appreciate your coming," Okonkwo began. "But you see, in our land, a woman whose bride price was not paid is not a wife. She remains part of her father's house. Adiz was our only daughter. And according to our tradition, any child she bears without a proper marriage belongs to our family." Murmurs spread among Nonso's kinsmen. "What are you saying? These children have known no other home but their father's house," one of them challenged. Another elder added, "Then allow us to pay the bride price now. Let us correct the mistake and honor our brother, even in death." But Okonkwo's expression was firm. "That is not possible. Our tradition forbids accepting bride price after the man is dead. It is a curse to collect dowry from the hands of death. In our culture, we do not marry our daughters to the grave. Once a man dies without fulfilling this rite, the window is closed forever. No amount of pleading or offering can change that." The room went cold. Nonso's elder brother, Motsi Ejike, struggled to contain his emotions. "So, because of a delayed custom, my brother's name will die with him. These 5 children will be denied their father's name." Okonkwo responded, his voice heavy but steady, "We did not write the laws of our land. We only live by them. The bride price must be paid during life. After death, it is seen as an abomination. Adiz remains our daughter. And her children, no matter how much you love them, are now ours." Back in Nsukka, Nonso's kinsmen returned in sorrow. They had come to honor their son, but now they could not even claim his children. In their eyes, Nonso's name would not continue. His lineage, his bloodline, had been severed by culture and tradition. There would be no son to inherit his land, no daughter to remember him in the family tree. Adiz, caught in a storm she never expected, did what she could. She continued to raise the children, ensuring they knew the kind of man their father was. She taught them to be proud, to stand tall, even if society refused to recognize their name. One day, her eldest son, Chibuzo, asked, "Mama, why don't we visit Popo's people anymore?" Adiz knelt beside him, brushing his hair gently. "Because sometimes, even love is not enough when tradition speaks. But know this, your father loved you with all his heart." Years passed, but the wound remained fresh. Nonso's family eventually let go, retreating into silence and mourning a son whose legacy had vanished. The children grew under Adiz's guidance, strong and wise, carrying the spirit of their father in quiet defiance of cultural judgment. But history would remember the tragedy. A man loved deeply, a woman who stood by him, 5 children born of affection and commitment, but a bride price unpaid. A culture unbending. A tradition that forbids marrying into the grave. And so, the lineage of Nonso ended, not with war, not with famine, but with silence, custom, and a love that was never officially sealed.